What's up, beautiful people? I hope you're all doing well. It's been a while since I've been on here and get back in the flow of things. I had a lot of change going on. As you can see, my room is not fully set up yet, but and of course, Mercury retrograde, I've run into some technical difficulties, but we're making it work. We're figuring it out. So welcome to what's up, Mimi? Pleasure to see you on here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking, for sharing, for subscribing. Man, a lot has happened over here over the last couple of weeks, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Want to let you guys know, I am, esoteric fitness. Rest in power to Christinos. Very shocking and out of nowhere news that we got. She was a sweetheart. So but you know, I have a very unique relationship to death, I guess, from all the experiences I've had in my life. You know, death is just another transition, right? So I'm sure that she's done suffering and she's in a better place. You know, honestly, right now, like the souls that are leaving, they're meant to leave, and the souls that are here are meant to be here, and we all have a part to play, and we all have something important to do. Thank you guys very much for the welcome back. It's good to be here. It's been a very, very busy time, and you know, I've had to take some time for myself to really get back into my own flow and to really step into these new experiences. I have a lot of things changing, a lot of things going on. I did do Iboga, and let me tell you, it was a incredibly life-changing experience. And I'm going to be making a video on that on my YouTube, and I will let you guys know on Instagram when I do post it. Some very good information, and that actually changed the trajectory of my life. I am when I was in the experience, the shaman that was running it, him and I, we were like literally like mirror reflections of each other, and him and I are going to be working together, and he's going to be teaching me everything he knows. So I'm very, very excited about that. But this video today is about the weekly energies of June 14th to the 20th, 2021. And, you know, we just went through this 2-week period of eclipses. I'm sure you guys are feeling this energy like crazy. This has been very intense, very transformative, and it's forcing us to let go of old, dense vibrations. Literally, the energy has been so strong. It's been like being on, plant medicine without being on plant medicine. And, you know, things that are leaving are just leaving, or we're having surprising experiences that are really pushing us into a new place. It can be very jarring. You know, today was the second of 3 exact squares between Uranus and Saturn. Oh man, esoteric fitness. You crash a motorcycle, man. I'm sending you positive vibes and love, brother. I hope that you are all right. And you know, it's interesting. You know, these things happen, and it changes the direction of our lives. But this needs to happen, right? The change has to happen. It's whatever did happen in your life or is happening right now. It's meant to level us up in some way, shape, or form. It's meant to help us purge these dense energies that are no longer serving any kind of benefit in our life, right? So with this Saturn Uranus square, we have Saturn retrograde going backwards, and we have Uranus now passing Saturn in this square. So this means that it's the Uranian energy that is taking control and moving forward. Now that we're going to feel it in our physical body, right? And with that, it's massive change. And it's uncomfortable change. Now this is, and deep down, this is having us take a look again, forcing us to look at our values, our morals, our ethics, the people that we're hanging around with, the business, the job that we're doing, the things that we are doing that make us feel passionate. So right now, you're going to feel an immense amount of energy that's either going to be pushing you in a productive way, or it's going to be pushing you to sit the fuck down and rest and relax, because you're not going to have the energy to do it. There's a lot of internal shadow work going on. And whenever we're doing our shadow work, like the last couple of weeks, I did a massive amount of shadow work. And that's why I had to step back, right? I had to honor that process within myself. And so I'm looking down, you know what, I'm going to move this over here, trying to look up at two different cameras at once here. So apologize for not looking directly at you, but you know, this is how it's going to be done. Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde is going to be over next week. Hallelujah. But we also have Jupiter getting ready to go retrograde, which Jupiter retrograde, I don't mind. I like, probably because I have Jupiter retrograde in my natal chart, right? But this just means, whenever a planet is sitting stationary to go direct or retrograde, it means that the energy is at its strongest point, right? And Jupiter at its strongest point is not a bad thing. Now it can push us into, extremes. It can, oh shit, sorry, I dropped Instagram. My bad. It can push us into extremes and extreme situations, right? If we're not listening, we're not paying attention. Well, like if we're paying attention to our soul's mission, our divine purpose, then it's gonna catapult us and thrust us into this new chapter in a positive way. If we're not listening, if we're being ego driven or survival driven, right? Like finances are starting to become like a problem for a lot of people. Or just like our ethics and our morals and our philosophy going into finances and understanding, ethically and morally, how are we going to make money? How are we going to save? What are we going to do? Like the housing situation all across the United States is a shit show, right? Like housing is really, really difficult right now. Soon food's going to be an issue. Like all these systems are collapsing, and it's making us have to find unique and creative ways. And I'll tell you what, the collective value system right now is definitely changing. We're going to be going into a time, because of all this currency changing and because of all these things happening at this new level, we're going to be coming into a time where different things are going to be valued as currency. For example, people are going to start to, not have a whole lot of money, or the dollar is going to crash eventually, right? And this cryptocurrency thing, I don't trust it. I think China owns it, and eventually, when the dollar crashes, they're going to go ahead and they're going to scoop up all the fucking money, and everybody's going to get fucked. Now, maybe that's pessimistic, maybe that's cynical, but it seems realistic to me. And so we have to be smart in how we're investing our time. And our time, what's going to be valued is our gifts, right? A lot of people are going to be having a lot of health issues coming up because of all this bullshit that they're throwing out at you to keep the peace and be healthy. And I mean, it's crazy, man. And natural healers and energetic healers and people that work with plant medicines and naturopaths and chiropractors, those are going to be the people that, like, okay, well, I will heal you, I will take care of you for this. What can you trade? What do you have to offer that is of value? And different things that we're lacking, that we're no longer having ready abundant access to, is going to start to become a commodity. That could be food, that could be gasoline, that could be really anything, right? So my advice, for this new age coming up, focus on your gifts, focus on the things that you love to do, that you're really good at. Every one of us has a gift, especially if you're a starseeder, a light worker, or whatever label you want to put on it. Okay, we all have our gifts activating at a very, very deep level right now. And speaking of which, the Jupiter getting ready to go retrograde is going to be, I feel, another activation point in a positive way after the difficult part of the Saturn-Uranus square is happening. Now, of course, this is going to be starting, or I guess continuing, or flopping to the other side of this year-long transit of squares. Okay, so now we're going to be learning the Uranus energy. This is very Aquarian. This is very like humanitarian. I think we're going to start to see a lot of people fighting back, a lot of civil unrest in the opposite way for people that are not along with the mainstream, like, because Uranus is about the rebellious attitudes. It's about the misfits. It's about the people that don't follow the rules. They want to make a stand. They want to make a statement. And I think that we're going to start to see that happening, especially after eclipse season. We just went through the portal of the 2 eclipses. So that's going to be an energy for the next 6 months. So this second half of this year is going to be fucking wild, dude. It's going to be pretty nuts. All right. A lot, like I just went on a flight to and from Chicago to take this microscopy course, and I graduated. Now, I've taken it before, but there's literally like a semester's worth of college in this information. In 4.5 days, I was able to dig much deeper and get a lot more information. And now I have a clear vision and understanding of how I'm going to do this. And I'm going to be diving much more into that now, as I'm stepping into this new role as a plant medicine facilitator and cellular nutritionist. But the way that I break down nutrition, I'm going to make a video on this too, okay, about understanding how we rust and rot. right? When we, as we grow through life and all the traumas and all the imbalances that we hit, our body does one of two things. It goes to rust mode or rot mode. All right. We break it down into anabolic, catabolic, and into glucogenic and ketogenic, energetic processing. We identify these core issues. We're able to, at the cellular level, bring things back to balance. And when we address it from that perspective and that point of view, we are able to thrive. All right. Because look, if our physical body is out of balance and our emotional body is out of balance, and right now they are doing everything they can to push our physical body and our emotional body out of whack. So if we focus our intention on keeping our physical body healthy, that'll automatically have an effect on our emotional health. So important. A lot of people, when doing this work, right, they address, there's three different levels to this work. There's a spiritual, emotional / mental, and then there's the physical. Okay, a lot of people, they get stuck or hung up on one of these aspects. You know, a lot of people that get in the spiritual community, they want to learn about, you know, like talking to their guides and connecting, with meditation and ice baths and working with other energy healers, doing Reiki, things like that, which are all is good and fun, right? It's all helps, but those are more like supplementary understandings of the process. If you're not digging into the emotional, and especially if you're not digging into the physical, right, you're going to be way too parasympathetic. You're not going to be balanced out, and you're going to be, and your physical body is going to go more and more out of whack the more you push and get obsessed over, just going to do these things that are super relaxing. All right. You need a healthy balance of tension, right? It's the paradox of our world, the yin and the yang, right? We need some yin, some yang. When we're too yin, or when we're too yang, that's where the problem is. So I like to address it from all three angles. I think it's very, very important. And right now, more than ever, it's so important to be able to really take accountability and focus on these things. So also this week, we're coming into the last week of Gemini season. So next week on the 21st, we'll be coming into Cancer season. And I think that's when things are really going to start to step forward, right? Hey, Taylor, what's up, buddy? Thank you, man. Honestly, it's I know a lot of people that have been passing away or getting sick or having bad things happen. Look, guys, this is part of the process. All right. I think, nothing really bad has happened to me, thank God, but I think I paid my dues, man, and honestly, my attitude is whatever happens, happens. And I'm ready to meet my maker. If that's what's meant to happen, then that's what's meant to happen. I think that because I have the attitude, then, things are a little more smoother for me. Right. But if you're trying to right now, you cannot push, you cannot force, you cannot try to make shit happen. You have to receive. You have to be in manifestation mode where you are a magnet for what you want to attract. And right now, especially coming in the last decan of Gemini with the solar eclipse in Gemini, things are so cerebral and so mutable that we can get stuck in our heads really, really bad. In fact, so this last week, I did a lot of work. We did a couple Bufo ceremonies, and of course I did Iboga. And my girlfriend, she had a really, really deep, profound experience between Bufo and Combo, and then out of nowhere, this like psychosis kind of hit her, and she went down some serious rabbit holes, and it was a little nerve-wracking, right? It's like, oh shit, all right, we need to make sure that we're being totally responsible and really using this medicine for, with reverence and respect. And of course, we're able to, work through it and get out of it. But it was a scary place to be. And sometimes facing that shadow, it's no joke, man. It's scary. And then our ego, everything within ourselves, down the cellular level, its main goal is to survive, right? We are made up, like 94% of our cellular tissue is not human. We're bacteria. We're all different types of bacteria, trillions of different types of bacteria. So our body and our mind and our consciousness really is pleomorphic in nature. Now, what pleomorphic means is that it's changeable depending on the environment that it's in. So we have our DNA, right? Which our DNA is set. It does not change. It can activate, and we can open up the strands that have been shut down, which is happening for sure right now, which is activating more parts of our consciousness, which is making us feel things that we never felt before. And that's a story for another day. But in our lives, in our day-to-day life, right, the experience we have, the environments that we've lived in, and how we, connect and, respond to our environment dictates literally how our cells function, because our cells die every 120 days, right? In our microbiome, it's trillions of different bacteria. And the bacteria in our gut speaks to our brain. It sends signals like that's our consciousness. That's the voices in our head. So when our gut is out of whack, which, let's face it, everybody's gut is everybody has IBS or SIBO or some kind of gut issues right now. All right. With all the toxins and shit that we're fed. So we really have to pay attention to detox and cleansing and purifying. All right. It's now more than ever, it's so important to take care of the gut and take care of your DNA as well. And make sure that you're taking care of the physical body and connecting it with the emotional body in order to do the spiritual work. So I'm not saying it's bad to go, what's up, Emma? I'm not saying it's bad to, to meditate and to, go do Reiki circles and drum circles and, yoga and all these things. Those are really important, but when you're only focusing on that stuff, and too much of it can be incredibly counterproductive, just like too much weightlifting, right? If you're just weightlifting like I used to, you throw yourself into a hypersympathetic state, and then you can't relax. Then your mind can't shut down. Then you're too hyped up, right? So balance, guys. Balance is so important. And this is what I feel the Saturn-Uranus square is teaching us. Now, we also have the North and South Node at the last at the last decan of its transit between Gemini and Sagittarius. So that's going to be pretty powerful. And we have Mercury still retrograde, but it's moving so fast. I mean, there's so much stuff coming up, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been having a lot of issues with technology. As you can see here, I'm doing what I can do with with what I got. We have Mars right now in Leo, which is beautiful. Mars doesn't really like to be in Cancer. It's a little over emotional, but Mars in Leo, it's motivated now. It's like, yeah, let's do this. Right. And it's excited. And it just went through its opposition with Pluto, and now it's coming up to its opposition to Saturn. Now that's going to be a little bit difficult, but that's not going to be happening this week. It'll be happening more next week. We do have Venus though in Cancer, which is huge. All right. Venus in Cancer. Venus loves being in Cancer. So this Cancer energy is now starting to feel nice, but it is going to come to its opposition with Pluto. Now, Venus opposed Pluto. That's relationship shit. That's being triggered. Now, this could be really digging into a deeper level of emotional connection with your partner. So this could be really, really great for connection, for intimacy, for vulnerability. If the foundation of your relationship is solid. A lot of things right now, right, are testing the foundations of our relationships to see, is this really what you want? Is this really what's right for you? Are you being honest with yourself about what you want, what you love, what you feel like you deserve? And if you are not being honest with yourself, you're going to get checked real quick. All right. Now you can fight it, which a lot of people do, right? Oh, I have to be double, quadruple, quintuple sure. I need to, like deep down, look, I know this shit ain't going to work, but I'm going to hang around for 2 or 3 years just to make sure and be fucking miserable and question myself every day and, start having, insomnia and all these kind of fucking problems because I am afraid. Hey, what's up, Karma? Because I am afraid to stand in my power. And this is where we come up to the issues of boundaries. Okay. Boundaries and, self-confidence, self-worth. What do I feel like I deserve? A lot of these self-worth, Uranus and Taurus, all about our ethics and morals, our self-worth, our self-confidence. What do we feel like really deserve? Because we have to step up, guys. We have to step up in the responsibility. And in order to be able to step and stand in our responsibility out in the world, when we're going to be getting judged and getting, the more influential you are, the more people are going to talk shit, the more people that are going to think you're doing bad things, wrong things, that, that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing because their belief system is different than yours, blah, blah, blah. Fuck them all. Chuck it in the fucking bucket. I don't care. You need to stand up for you, love yourself, and believe in yourself. And our relationships are the biggest test, are the biggest barrier, if you will, that keep us from stepping into that because we're the most vulnerable to our intimate partner, right? If you have no partner, Are you avoiding relationships because of a fear of commitment or a fear of vulnerability? Like this all comes back around to stepping into the vulnerability, to stepping into the knowing that you're worth it, and honoring your heart, honoring yourself. Look, if you're with someone that you love and you have a good foundation, you got to communicate, have a difficult decision. Look, this is what I want. This is what I feel like I deserve. Are you going to work with me, or are you going to get triggered and, like, let that trigger run your life? It's all about facing our fears, guys. And Uranus is going to bring that shit up, whether you like it or not. You're going to have to feel it. You're going to have to face it. Now, we just went through the portal of the lunar and solar eclipse. So that was a time when we're getting infused with all this new vibration, all this new energy. Okay. And now it's going to unfold over the next 6 months with getting downloads and getting, new lessons, new awarenesses, new things that are going to come in. What's up, Jennifer? New things that are going to come in to offer us opportunity or offer us challenges. And either way, they're opportunities to grow, to become better. Okay. We are moving into an age of the light worker where we are the ones that are going to teach the rest of society how to live, because most people out there, and I didn't even realize how much people don't realize, like, we are the minority. Like, when I went to Chicago, holy shit, man, I am a fucking weirdo. I do not fit into society, and I'm okay with that. But I didn't realize just how unique I am until I got around normal people for a little while. Jesus. But what's up, Laura? This is where, we have to honor that uniqueness about ourselves, because we have a gift, and everybody else is so indoctrinated into the social norms that have been structured over generations, right? That deep down in our hearts, we see a better way. We understand that, this can work better at this. We lead with love. We don't lead with greed. And because we do that, we're going to create a much more like overall beneficial, like palpable quality of life kind of experience. But it's going to require everybody takes responsibility, like the principles of Burning Man, right? Taking hyper responsibility for life, for yourself, for your actions, and everybody pitches in. Nobody, it's not like the union where one person tells everybody what to do and then 10 people just stand around and a couple people do the work. No, it doesn't work like that. And we have to educate. Like, I think a new education system that's going to evolve is going to be teaching people about emotional intelligence, teaching people how to be entrepreneurs and how to run businesses. I was chatting with a friend of mine that has 4 kids, and she had this 10-year-old daughter that she was like already running a business on YouTube. It was crazy. But that's what we got to be teaching our kids, right? How to manage money, how to delegate authority, how to make shit happen like that. What's up? Okay, Felith Surfer Ankh Afro Root Witch. That is a fucking mouthful. Wow. All right. So let's see here. 17th, we have Mercury is starting to slow down. Okay, it's going to be going direct on the 22nd, I believe, 21st, 22nd. We have, let's see, Jupiter will be going retrograde on the 20th. So really, this weekend is going to be a very powerful time of spiritual awareness, spiritual awakening. I think, because Jupiter in Pisces is all about our connection to source, right? And this is going to be very, very strong. And it is trine over to the sun, which is absolutely beautiful. And the sun's going to be at 29 degrees of Gemini, moving into Cancer. So this is a very powerful time because Jupiter is so strong. And with the trine there, this is shining a light on the communication with ourselves, what we really want and need. This is shining a light on really stepping into our spiritual gift, our spiritual power. So what gift, what power do you see coming through? Now, when this power does come through, right, it can be a little intimidating, especially with how intense these energies are, because it's like, okay, now you have this feeling, but it's going to require all of you. So no more slacking, no more procrastinating, no more just
dilly-dallying around. I don't like that word, but I don't know what else, what other word to use. All right, but no more fucking off. All right, this means you have to look at your bad habits, and we all have them, especially right now with how strong this energy is. When this energy starts pumping through you, it's you really have to take all these things that you've been practicing and learning to move through it and forward into taking responsibility. And when you do, things are just going to come at you like bam, bam, bam. And then you're going to feel like that imposter syndrome, right? Am I good enough? Like, say you want to be a Reiki healer, right? You start doing Reiki and you're wondering if am I just making this shit up? Or am I actually, like, am I actually doing something? Well, whatever your feedback is from other people, if they're feeling better if they leave you, then you're doing something. You have to trust that, because we're shifting to an energetic time where energy is running everything, right? Where it's no longer matter, it's etheric. And with this etheric, there is no boundaries, there is no there is no really like solid palpable connection. Everything is just out there. And with that, there is no borders to touch. There is no like structure. We have to restructure it in our own consciousness, and that can be a very, very difficult thing, because it can be overwhelming, confusing, especially if we don't understand what these energies mean. And a lot of times when this happens, all right, Jackie, I'm happy that you're getting some good messages here. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, so when there isn't any solid proof, I guess you could say, of what's working and what's not, we have to fully trust. But our ego wants to figure it out. It wants to put like a label on it. It wants to put a gate around it. It wants to make it look all pretty, right? Game the fuck on, sir. Yes, ma'am. So because we have that lack of borders, like that structure that we're so used to having, it makes us have to trust so much deeper. And that trust, as you know, when you're walking in the trust, it's the unknown, and there's a fear of the unknown. And look, I don't care how advanced you are. There's very few people in the world that are just totally okay with the unknown, right? We keep leveling up, we keep feeling more, and you get that feeling, it hits you in the heart, it opens you up. Now, I will say that after doing Iboga, I feel totally different. Totally different. And I'm really excited because all my life I've had this sort of addictive nature to my energy, right? Now that's served me to where that's what pushes me, that's what drives me to be, to experiment, explore, and do all these crazy biohacking things that I do. But that addictive type feeling is fucking gone. I just have this. There's no more indecision in my consciousness. It just feels like it's black, it's white, go. And that's it. And it makes me feel so much lighter and a breath of fresh air. Then I also had a massive experience with Bufo too. I'll talk about that in my video with Iboga, because these are very powerful medicines, guys, and these medicines are going to be changing the world. I'm going down at the end of the month to explore. I'm getting addicted to tripping. No. That's I treat it as medicine. It's medicinal, and I love helping people break through. Like I've had experience where I help people just completely transform their lives in hours. It's so beautiful to see, and I'm learning now that I have a gift when working with the medicine. I see my Ikaros and I do my energy work, and I'm able to just do some. I'm not doing it. There's an energy coming through me that is working to pull shit out of people's consciousness that's no longer serving them, and it's very like it was hard to believe a little bit, actually. Like, holy fuck, man, this is so much more powerful than I even understand, and it's humbling. It's humbling the fuck out of me, but I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for the ability and opportunity in the strength. It takes an immense amount of strength to be able to do this work. All right. So watch out for that video coming up here in the next couple days. All right. But I'm literally still in the process of moving. I'm still in the process of unpacking. I'm still like building this new part of my business. I'm going down to Mexico at the end of the month to go check out this healing center in Mexico. And, you know, I may be working down there. So many things going on. It's kind of a crapshoot, but, and, you know, of course I'm still gonna be doing astrology, and readings, but, I'm going to be focusing on more bringing everything integrated all together. I like working with people in person a whole lot. But I also love doing readings and stuff too. So, of course, if you want a reading from me, go to spiritualbodybuilder.com. You can check out all my options there. And coaching. I'm going to start personal training again too. So if you're in the Vegas area, let me know. And I'm starting this new thing called Velocity O2 training that I will be, you know, showing on my Instagram here in the near future. All right. So on the 21st, combo is very, very powerful medicine. All right. So on the let's see what day. On the 19th, Jupiter goes retrograde. On the 21st, we have the sun going into Cancer. So that's not until next, Tuesday? So happy birthday to all my Cancers out there for next week. You know, I'm really, thank you, Sacred Light Keeper. Looking like Bono with the glasses. So these are my blue blockers. So I'm really diving deep and, you know, back into my biohacking to do everything I can to optimize myself. And once I start doing this Velocity O2 training and doing the before and after with the microscopy, it's gonna be so fucking cool. And I'm really all about just feeling good at my best self, because, you know, when we're feeling our best self, then we're able to help others, you know, at our highest capacity. And I want to be able to help as many people as I possibly can. So I'm on a fucking mission, dude. I'm on a fucking mission. And my mission has never been clearer. It has never felt stronger. And let's get it. Let's go. Let's make it happen. All right. Let's see, 22 degrees. Venus is coming up to its opposition with Pluto, but it's not going to happen until next week. So this week is sort of, you know, we got Jupiter stationing to go retrograde. And of course, today we have the Saturn-Uranus square. I think that's enough energy to deal, especially after the 2 weeks of the eclipses. And that's going to be really solidifying here in the next couple of weeks. But this week is just sort of settling into this new energy. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. Next week is going to get a little intense, but you know, Mars being in Leo, Venus being in Cancer are two great spots for him. So, you know, the personal planets are doing good. We got a grand trine here coming up, a grand fire trine, which is going to be nice between Mars, the South Node, and Chiron. And Chiron's at 12 degrees, going to be hitting 13 degrees pretty soon, I believe. And Black Moon Lilith conjunct Mercury. This is all of our deep, dark, subtle things coming up to be purged. All of our bad habits are getting going under the microscope right now to be looked at and taken care of. All right, so we are in retrograde season now. Look, all that means is that we're going within. Like we went forward, you know, into this new energy for a while, and it was so fast, so intense. Now for the rest of the year, basically we're going in and reworking to identify, you know, because everything this year that we're doing is setting this stage for this next 20-year cycle that we've just started. Okay, so it's like we really need to make sure that we are going in the direction that is for our highest and best good. Every decision we make this year is so important, and it's designed to teach. Now, it's always designed to teach us, but this year is setting the foundation. Once the foundation is set, like there's migration going on. If you notice, everybody's moving to, you know, different areas. What's up, Sonia? And you know, there's the disconnect between people that got the jab and people that didn't get the jab. And that's starting to turn into, like, you know, the civil rights movement back in the 60s, where it was like, you know, colors here, you know, use this bathroom and whites use this one. I saw something about a high school in New Hampshire where they're marking people with numbers that didn't get the jabs. Fucking ridiculous, man. Scary. And a lot of people are saying that they're getting it so they can go travel. But now they're saying, because of all the blood clotting issues, people that got the jab cannot go travel. Not only that, but they cannot donate blood. Now, you just got this fucking thing and you cannot donate blood. that is a serious, serious, serious red flag. I mean, you want to talk about having the most narcissistic parents for government in history and getting gaslighted to some next level shit. This is the epitome. We are seeing on the world stage right now what a dysfunctional family looks like and how it operates. All right. And we have to take responsibility for ourselves so we don't fall for the narcissistic bullshit. Right? This stuff, man, it chaps my ass. But that's why I am determined more than ever. And I know a lot of you guys are too. It's time to stand in our power. And standing in our power does not mean necessarily fighting the power, fighting back. It means making ourselves successful. It means being happy. It means holding solid boundaries. It means loving ourselves and surrounding ourselves with people that we love and that love us and support us. And getting out of all these narcissistic, dysfunctional, gaslit fucking relationships that are ruining our lives, right? So honor yourself, honor your light, allow it to come through. And when the ego comes and wants to hold on for dear life, you got to have the courage and the wherewithal to face that shit and to move through it. Okay, that is the difficult thing right now, because that energy right now is beaming on high alert, right? It's coming at us with all, like Mike Tyson, man. It's just boom, 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 boom. So we have to, but the thing is, we're like Neo in the Matrix, right? Now, we're not literally fucking getting uploaded with Kung Fu, but we know Kung Fu, all right? Like, the Kung Fu is through your belief system. I believe I can do this. Now, when you create stories and you're in your head over and over and over and over again, and you convince yourself that you're weak and you're scared and you're not this and not that, right? Then that's going to be what's true. Because the law of attraction, right, is happening, manifesting instantaneously right now. So if you're telling yourself, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to own this business, I'm going to move through this, I'm going to do this and that and the other thing, the shit is going to happen, and you don't know how it's going to happen, but you have to trust. And it might look a little bit different than what you think it's going to look like. That's why you have to hold the vision and be flexible in the approach. Okay, allow the approach to go wherever it's going to go, and trust as you're holding that vision that something beautiful is going to happen. It's all about what you believe, baby. You got to free the mind and let the heart guide you. And that is my message for this week. Free the mind and let the heart guide you. And then the mind will come up and work itself through. And then after you make it through the test, after you make it to the other side, that's when, hindsight is 20/20. That's where you see all the lessons. That's where you understand what just happened. And okay, now it all makes sense. And each time you move through a phase of that, you trust more, you learn more, you grow more, you become more grateful and appreciative of all the fucking shit that you've been through in the past, however long. Okay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's what I got for you today. If you'd like a reading from me, please go to spiritualbodybuilder.com. I'd love to work with you. If you're in the Las Vegas area or even Southern California, let me know. And I would love to work with you as far as training, nutrition, plant medicines, you name it. We're living large, baby. We got some beautiful things going on. All right. So I love you all very much. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And I will be letting you guys know when I'm going to upload that Iboga video as well. All right. For M Fern, what for what week? What's for this week?